Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody is doing awesome on this thankful Thursday. Hope everybody had an awesome holiday. Christmas was good for everybody. It was a nice, pleasant day today. Wasn't as cold. It's good to be back. I hope everybody's doing good. We're going to give everybody a few minutes to get on. I hope everybody's doing good. It's so good to be back. I hope everyone had a great Christmas. Everyone got everything they needed. Hope everyone enjoyed this Thankful Thursday. It was a nice day. It turned out to be a beautiful day. Hey, Tanita. I hope everybody's good. I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to get on. Uh, Seem like I haven't been on in a while, and it's good to be back. It's good to be back. Hey, Coretta. Hope you guys had a good Christmas and everybody's doing good today. It was nice outside today, wasn't it? It's cold because it has been really, really cold. But today was kind of nice and pleasant. But for everyone that don't know, this is S.O.P. presents Tidbits with Peaches. I am Peaches. S.O.P. is Shalom of Peace Ministries out of Archdale, North Carolina, where the pastor is none other than Pastor Prophet James McCallum. We do this every Thursday at 6. We've been on vacation for a little bit, but we're back. Enjoyed the holidays. Glad to be back. I'm excited to see what 23 is going to hold. I know some of us had a rough year in 22, but just know that greater is coming. Those seasons don't always last, and things won't always be that way because God is going to perfect that which is concerning you, and not sooner. Yes, sooner than later. It's going to work in your favor, and it's turning around for us. I'm excited to see what God is up to and what He's going to do in 23. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to shout out my businesses first. It seemed like I got so many now, but we're going to do that first. First, I have Triple C's Cakes, which is Ashika Clark out of Greensboro. She has awesome sweets. She does all kinds of candy treats, any kind of thing. You're having a birthday party, retirement party, gender reveal, baby shower. Reach out to Shika. She does an awesome job. She's in Greensboro. She's on Facebook. We have Monica Gramlin with B&J's Creation. She's in Anson County, Richmond County, Union County area. She does awesome work. I've seen some sneakers that she had done for a young lady's wedding. They were gorgeous. So if you need anything like that done, reach out to Monica. She has B&J's Creations. And we have Cooking with Love with Taquita Marsh. And I know y'all see her all over Facebook where she's cooking and she has those things where you can reach out to her. Her food is good. It's Cooking with Love, Taquita Marsh. If you need a caterer and you're in Anson County, Union, Richmond, reach out to Taquita. We have Wake Up Creations, which is myself, Charity, and Jessica. Any kind of t-shirts, you can reach out to us. Triple M Rentals is Jessica, Charity, and Evan. They do all kind of balloon arches. So if you ever need that type service for a retirement party, a birthday party, whatever, reach out to those young ladies. They do awesome work. If you need a daycare and you're in Anson County, Richmond County, we have Fair's Child Care with Miss Cynthia Fair. She does have transportation. If you're in Moore County area or surrounding, you need a vehicle, you can reach out to Pastor D.R. Bennett with Pool Automotive. If you're needing a TV mounted, any kind of cameras installed, security system, check out these two young men. They do an awesome job at Moore County TV Mount. That's the website also. Junior's Music Store is my friend Junior, and His daughter is our bass player at church. So if you need any kind of instruments for your child at school, he does band rentals. He does sound for your church, and he is in Virginia, but he does travel. And that's Junior's Music Store out of Virginia. We have Trinity Coaching, which is myself. If anyone is in need of any kind of life coach or motivational speaker, you need someone to come talk to a group, reach out to me. Trinity Coaching does have a page. So if you're interested in anything that I offer, check out my page, and then you can go on our church website and see some things that Trinity Coaching offers also. Trendy Travels with Shay Jackson Green out of Waysboro. She has a hair salon there. It's Trendsetter Salon. And then we have our very own Minister Lenore Bennett. She also has By Faith Travels, and you've seen her pop up all over Facebook. So if you need any kind of travel, if you're traveling and you need assistance with that, reach out to Minister Lenore Bennett. She has By Faith Travels, and you can see her all over Facebook. Kiara also has Picture Perfect. She does pick photos. And whenever you see photos of Shalom of Peace, any event we have, those pictures are taken by Kiki. So she does an awesome job. So reach out to her. And I think we have, if you need any life insurance, you can reach out to Pastor McCallum, Charity McCallum, or Darius Baxter. They have Prime America. And my friend Sarah Graham, she's doing an awesome job out of High Point with Drawers of Hope. She need volunteers, and they do have a food pantry. So if you're in that area and you're in need, please reach out to Sarah Graham at Drawers of Hope out of High Point. Blessed Hands is with Tim Marshall. He does pressure washing, lawn care, and car detailing. I think that's, and then there's a young lady that you can see on Facebook is Art with Travon, and she does an awesome job. She makes wreaths. She does these beautiful paintings. Y'all check out some of her artwork as well. And co-pastor Pat Bennett, she does bags and wreaths. So check out some of her stuff. She has a page now on Facebook, but you can see her stuff on the Mount Sinai page. She has a daughter that posts some of her things. And again, that's co-pastor Pat Bennett, and she is the co-pastor of Mount Sinai. So you can see some of her things on the Mount Sinai page too. Hey, big brother, Pastor D.R. Bennett. So today, I got to take a breath. That was a mouthful, y'all. So today I want to talk a little bit about settling it. We've discussed that before, but we know we're coming down to the end of 2022. And you know how at the end of 2022, everybody is wanting to make a New Year's resolution. And we keep them probably to February. So my challenge to you today is to settle some stuff. Don't make a New Year's resolution. Settle some stuff and just do better. Because sometimes we get so caught up in the making the resolution that we're not consistent in what the resolution was about. So in order to make the resolution, or in order to be consistent, sometimes we have to settle some things within ourselves. We have to settle some things that's been holding us back in 22. So if I don't want to take anything over into 23, that means I still have time in 22 to settle some things within myself, or settle some things that I felt like didn't go right, or I don't understand why they went the way they went. So in settling things, that mean I'm closing that chapter. I'm settling it within myself. You know, sometimes I know a lot of us look at 22, and a lot of people have had a rough year. It's been an up and down year. We've been through some things, and we've shedded some tears. And I say that all the time. We've cried. We had moments where we wanted to stay in the bed. Some of us was depressed, not knowing when and where it was going to get better, or when is it going to be my turn, and when is it going to happen for me, God? I'm holding on. I'm trusting you, but it still just hadn't happened for me yet. But see, sometimes we got to settle some things. So settling that thing means, God, I'm going to get up from here because I'm going to trust you, because I know that if you did it before, that you're going to do it again. So I'm not going to allow that thing to keep an open wound. I'm going to close that wound. I'm going to settle that thing with myself. I'm not going to allow it to keep reopening for me. So I'm going to settle it within myself to know that I'm closing this right here. So when I walk into 23, I'm still not holding on to that same open wound. I've closed that. I've settled that. So I can walk in 23 expecting great things, expecting new opportunities, expecting new victories to come, because I've decided that I'm going to settle some of this stuff. I'm not going to keep pulling that band-aid off of the same wound. So if you're going to keep covering it with the band-aid and not sealing the wound, what good is that? Because when you pull the band-aid off, the wound is still open because you didn't settle it. You know, they have this stuff now called new skin, and you just lay it over the wound and it begins to pull the wound back together. But sometimes when you put a band-aid over an open wound and don't put no ointment or anything over it, when you take the band-aid off, the wound is still open. So that's what I'm saying. Settle that. Don't just take the band-aid off of it and settle it. Don't keep covering up an open wound because you're not healing from it. You haven't settled it. All you're doing is covering up the wound. So sometimes you got to deal with the wound. You got to be able to deal with whatever the situation was so you can settle it. And in settling things, sometimes Shakespeare said, to thine own self be true. You got to be true with yourself and be real with yourself, as the young people say. Now, keep it 100 with yourself to say, okay, I didn't deal with that. I just tried to cover it up. I just kept packing it down. That's why it keep coming back up to the surface. That's why the wound keep opening up, because I never dealt with it. I didn't settle that thing. I just tried to cover it up and keep moving over it. So when you pack it down, all you do is step over and just keep packing down. So you didn't settle it. So before 22 ends, before 12 midnight on January 31st, try to get within yourself to say, I'm going to settle this thing. I'm going to settle this thing once and for all. I'm going to give it to God and I'm going to leave it with him. See, sometimes that's the best way to settle it. God, I'm going to give it to you, but I'm not going to keep taking it back. I'm not going to keep putting my hand in it and trying to stir it and do what I want to do with it. I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to step out on faith and go ahead and do what I need to do. So, God, I'm going to deal with this thing. I remember my very first live from Tidbits with Peaches was Own Your Stuff. So you can deal to heal. So you have to deal with some stuff. See, sometimes we don't want to deal with the hurt or the pain that we've been through that caused us to have that open wound. We don't want to revisit those wounds, or we don't want to revisit that hurt or that pain. But you have to own your stuff. You have to deal with it so you can heal from it. So when you begin to deal to heal, that means, God, I'm getting better every day. I can settle this. I can move on to the next level. I can walk into 23 with my head held high, knowing that new victories are coming. I'm walking into 23 because I've allowed myself to handle what was holding me hostage in 22. I allowed myself to deal with that thing so I won't be held hostage in 23. It won't be an emotional roller coaster for me in 23. It will not, because I've dealt with what was holding me in 22. I'm not taking that with me, but I made up in my mind that I'm not making a New Year's resolution. I'm settling some stuff and I'm just going to do better because I want better. I want to be the change that I want to see. I want to be the peace bringer. So if I want some new things, that means I got to do some new things. If I want things to be better in my life, that means I got to be better. All the things that I'm seeking out of life, I got to be that first. So, God, if that means I got to go back and settle some of this stuff, then that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to settle some of this stuff. I'm not going to keep holding on to all this stuff. I can't go into 23 like this. I'm going to settle this no matter what it is. So whatever it is, if something hurt you, if something you don't want to deal with, if it's some relationships that you know you need to close the door to, close the door to them. Because you got to do what's best for you. I said about 3 weeks ago, it's okay to choose you. Sometimes you got to choose you. In order to settle some things, you got to choose you. If God chose you, it's okay to choose you sometimes. And in settling some things, if that's what it's going to take for you to be able to walk into 23, knowing that this is going to be the best year of my life, I'm going to be better than I ever been. I'm going to do better by me. I'm taking control of me. I can't control anybody else, nothing else around me, no situations. I can only control what Peach is going to do. Just like you can only control what you're going to do. So what I need you to do is settle that thing. So when 22 ends and you step into 23, oh, you good. I'm not making another New Year's resolution. What I'm doing is settling this stuff from 22 so I can walk into 23 knowing that I'm going to do better, knowing that I'm coming for everything that belongs to me, knowing that I'm coming for every dream that I've had, knowing that I'm coming for my goals. I'm coming for what's mine in 23. I'm not making no New Year's resolution. I'm not writing all this stuff on Facebook. I'm just saying that I'm settling this and I'm walking into 23 with a new outlook. Me and Big Guy finna walk this thing out. I'm going to do better. I want better. So in doing that, that means I got to get rid of some stuff. So I got to settle this thing within me. Period. As Khadijah say, period. It's time to settle it, period. Settle it within yourself. No matter what your it is, settle it and let it be done with. So when you walk into 23, you going in there knowing that I've done my best. I'm doing the best that I can do. I'm walking into 23 with all faith in God, knowing that it's getting ready to be the best year of my life. Me and Big God getting ready to accomplish some things. I'm going to accomplish what I set out to do. I'm going to speak more in my life than I ever spoke in my before. I'm going to be more positive. I'm not having negative around me. I'm not being nobody's trash dump this year. Don't bring me your garbage. I mean it. This is what I'm saying. This is what we're going to start saying because I'm settling it. How many of us understand that sometimes we can allow people to dump so much in us that it begins to pour out of us as negative? So if you're not bringing positive, I can't do it. If we're not having a positive conversation, I can't do it. I want better. I don't want to just talk about it. I want to be about it. I don't want to just get on here and talk. I want to talk it, walk it. When you see me, oh, that's what it is, because that's what I meant. So when we get to that place to understand that, sometimes we truly have to help Big God help us make our lives better. I'm going to help Big God help myself so my life can be better. I want better, so I'm going to move better. But to do those things, sometimes you truly have to settle some things within yourself. Settle it. When you know you've done the best that you can, settle that thing. Settle it. Don't keep revisiting it. Don't keep going back to it. Don't keep going back and say, sometimes we look back too much. When you keep looking back, you can't see what's forward. Settle it. Stop going backwards. If it brought you pain, don't look back. If it disturbed your peace, don't look back. Don't look back. Settle it. Settle it and move forward in every area of your life. In your natural walk, in your spiritual walk, if it's keeping you from doing what you know you need to do, settle it. Settle it. And only you can do that. Sometimes we are the only ones that can settle some things within ourselves. I have to settle that. You have to settle that. Whatever it is, if it's causing you to not reach your full potential, if it's disrupting your peace, if it's keeping you up at night, if it's causing you physical pain, then you need to settle it. Choose you. And in choosing you, that means you settling some things. You're settling in some things. I don't want to walk into 23 the same way I walked in 22. I just don't want to do it. I don't. And I think a lot of times we have to get to the place to, when Shakespeare said, to thine own self be true. That means you got to be true to you to say, some things in 22 I shouldn't have allowed, or some things in 22 I should have went right instead of left. You got to own it. Sometimes we have to own what we done. Be woman or man enough to say, yeah, I moved wrong. I shouldn't have moved that way. You got to own it sometimes, because we got to stop saying they, she, we. What did I do? What did you do? What did you allow? So you can move differently, so you can move forward, so you can be the best you can be, so you can do what you need to do and do what's required of you. Sometimes you just got to own your stuff and acknowledge what you did and acknowledge what has happened in your life. Sometimes you get hurt. Yes. Sometimes you cry. Yes, because you're human. Sometimes people can cut you so deep that it hurts you so bad that you're like, oh my God, but shake it off and settle that thing and love them in spite of, because that's what we're supposed to do. Yeah. I said that, yeah, you're supposed to love them in spite of. If you're a believer and you believe in God, people are going to always do you wrong. There will be people always. Everybody is not going to accept who you are. Everybody is not going to like who you are. Everybody's not going to agree with what you're saying. Everybody won't agree with what you're doing. So you have to love people where they're at and love them anyway. Love them so much that they're going to be confused. Well, why are they loving me? Love them anyway. Love them anyway. So you have done what is required of you. Love them anyway. And settle that thing within yourself. Settle it so you can be better. You can be the best version of you that you can be. You know, I was looking up what settle means. And there were so many different definitions of what it means. One was to put it in order. So when you begin to put things in order, I like that one because you have to put things in order yourself. So that means you settling it, you putting it in order. I want things in order in my life. It's arrange or adjust. See, you got to arrange your life and adjust things to fit what you need and how you need them to fit. So when you settle some things, you putting things in order. You putting things in order. You're not allowing that thing to disrupt you anymore. You're not allowing that thing to cause chaos in your life anymore. You're not allowing it to disrupt you. You're not allowing it. You know, I remember one time I talked about your foundation. So when your foundation is solid, you know, that structure can always be rebuilt off of that solid foundation. So your foundation should always be solid. And when you settle in some things, that means you're rebuilding some things. That means you're rebuilding what was eating at you. You can start from the inside and settle some stuff. So that means you're rebuilding yourself. You're coming back to who you was, because sometimes things can shake you and make you lose sight of what's focused, and it'll get you off guard and you're still like, what happened? Settle it. It happened. You can't change it. All you can do is move forward and move from now. It happened, yes, but settle it. In other words, as my mama would say, it's time to get over it now. It's time to get up now. It's time to stop wallowing in. It's time to stop looking bad. It's time to stop trying to have a pity party. Shake it off and pack it under your feet and keep it moving. It's time to get over it. Now it's time to settle. It's time to get up. It's time to take your peace back. Take your joy back. Take your life back. Get you back. Love you. Choose you. Get up and do something. Just don't lay there and let it beat you down. Get up, settle that thing, keep it moving. Be the best you can be. You can be. Settle it, get up, move on. Be consistent in what you're getting ready to do. Stop procrastinating. Stop procrastinating. Just do it. Settle it, get up, and keep moving. And keep moving. Don't let it stop you anymore. Shake it off. Stop it. Don't let it stop you anymore. Whatever that it was that was stopping you, don't let it stop you no more. Shake yourself loose. Don't let it stop you anymore. Get up and keep it moving. Hey, Jackie, time to settle it. That's it. It's time to settle it. It's time to settle it. Whatever it was, settle it. Settle it. Whatever it was, however you're feeling about it, check your feelings. Check your feelings. Get out your feelings. Get up and move. Get out your feelings. Your feelings will cause you to miss the mark every time. Get out your feelings. Hey, Ann, it will cause you to miss your mark every time. You can't make good decisions in your feelings. You can't do it. You can't settle nothing while you in your feelings. So you got to check your feelings, because your feelings will have you jacked up. Yes, shake yourself loose. Sometimes you do. You know, we all have those moments when we want to stay stuck in your feelings. I can remember I said, I ain't ready to let it go yet. And we hold on to it so tight like this mine. I ain't letting it go. That's because you ain't ready to settle it. You want to hold on to it. You want to stay there for a minute. But I'm telling you, it's time to get up now. I'm telling you, it's time to shake yourself loose now. It's time to come back. It's time to come back, to step back into who you are designed or who you were created to be. So you need to shake that stuff off, settle it, so you can walk into 23 knowing that it's getting better. I'm finna walk into the greatest year of my life. I'm speaking it now. I'm speaking those things not as though they were. I'm speaking right now that 23 is going to be my year. 23, I'm going to reach every goal that I've set out. 23. Hey, Tawana, I'm speaking it now, that 23 is going to be my year. I'm speaking it now. Because the Bible does tell us that we have power of what? Life and death in our tongues. So when we begin to speak it now, that I'm walking into 23 knowing that I settled that stuff. I'm not taking it with me no more. I'm settling it. If I'm settling it, that means I'm closing the door to it. I'm not going to open that door anymore. I'm ripping that Band-Aid off so that wound can heal. I'm not going to keep covering up an open wound. I'm going to settle it so that thing can close and I can move on to the next chapter. See, you keep stopping. You keep stopping it. You won't let God keep writing. You want to tell him how to rewrite. See, that's the thing about God. He always can go back and rewrite your story. But you want him to rewrite it the way you want him to rewrite it. You don't want to listen to him. You don't want to let him write the story. Let him finish writing the story. Let him finish, right? Because this is not the end of your story. And it will not always be this way. You won't always feel like this. It won't always look like this. You're getting ready to get up. You're getting ready to settle some stuff because he still has time to take the impossible and make it possible. But you got to say, God, here I am. I'm ready to settle this thing. I need you to help me close these wounds. God, help me to settle this thing. Help me to do better. So when I go into 23, knowing that you're walking beside me, knowing that we're in this thing together, that you will never leave me alone, that we're in this together. I want to settle this thing, God. I want you to help me be better. I want to walk into a new year, not making another New Year's resolution. And by February, I done fell off of it. I want to go into this with the mindset of, I'm going to do this because I settled that thing. And I'm just going to do better. I settled that thing and I'm just going to do better. I'm going to walk into this thing knowing that you are my Father and you do care about me. I have a Father who cares. He's seen everything you went through in 22. He's seen every tear you cried. He's seen you in the midnight hour. He's seen when they hurt you. He saw the pain. He felt it. But he's saying, now I need you to get up and shake yourself loose. Settle this thing so we can walk into 23 together knowing that, God, this is my year. I feel that thing. God, this is my year. This is my year to come out better than I ever been. This is my year to step out in the forefront. This is my year, God, that everything my hands touch got to prosper, God, because I'm going to speak it until I see it. I'm going to speak it until I see it. I'm not going to waver on what I said. I'm going to stand fast on what you said. I'm going to be consistent in what I'm doing. I'm going to be consistent in what I'm saying. I'm going to be consistent in reading my word. I'm going to be consistent in praying, God. I'm going to be consistent. And I can do all of this now, God, because I settled that thing. I'm not going back and forth. I'm not going to be hot this week and cold the next week, God. I'm going to try. No, I'm not going to try. I'm going to be consistent in every area of my life, God. I want to be consistent. I want this settled. I don't want to feel like this no more. I don't want to keep ending up at the same place, God. I want the cycle broken. So I'm calling on the cycle breaker, God. I'm calling you because you're the cycle breaker. You're the chain breaker, God. I'm calling you because I want to do better in 23. So today, I'm calling the cycle breaker. I'm calling the chain breaker because I need these chains broke. I need this cycle broken, God. I don't want to keep going around in circles anymore. I want this settled. So I'm coming to you to help me settle this. So my mindset is changing today. My mindset is telling me I'm settling this. My mindset is saying I'm better than this. My mindset is saying greater is coming. My mindset is saying that. My mindset said it was just a smoke screen. That's what the enemy wanted me to see. But I can see clearly now. I can see through the smoke screen. It's just fog. I can see through it. I can see the lights coming in now, God. That's what my mindset is telling me. I'm changing my mindset to know that it was just an illusion. Remember now, the enemy is the master of illusions. He wants you to see things that are not really there. And it's his job to tap dance in your mind. It's his job to make you feel like that. It's his job. But you got to get on your job. It's time for you to stand up and be who he created you to be. Stand up in it and saying, God, I'm here. God, I'm standing right here in the midst of my storm, but I know you in it with me. I'm standing still right here, God. I'm standing here looking and waiting and expecting because I settled it. When I settled it, God, that means it gave you the opportunity to come in and do your good work because you're just that good. Because I'm standing here settling it, God. I know that you're going to come in and do what needs to be done because I'm willing to change. Sometimes you got to be willing. That's the good thing about God. He ain't going to force nothing on nobody. You got to be willing. So now, God, I'm in the midst of this right here. I done seen what I went through in 22, but I'm standing right here, right now. I'm saying, God, I want this settled in my life. I want this thing settled. I don't want to go into another year like this. I don't want to go into another year with this same feeling. I don't want to take the same hurt with me anymore. So, God, I'm standing right here and I'm asking you to help me settle this thing. So, I want you to be here with me. Be real with yourself. Remember now, I said, to thine own self be true. So, be true to yourself first. Be true to yourself first. Sometimes you got to own that thing yourself. Say, God, that thing hurt me. I ain't said it out loud yet. I'm telling you to be true to yourself. If something hurt you, be true to yourself. If you're feeling some kind of way about something, be true to yourself. Don't act like it's all right when it's not all right. Don't act like it didn't hurt you when it did. Be true to yourself. Settle that thing so you can walk into 23 better. It's okay to acknowledge if it hurt you, if it upset you, if it made you feel some kind of way, because all of us have a right to our truth. All of us have a right to our truth. So if you're feeling some kind of way, acknowledge that, but settle that thing. Hey, Chevy, settle that thing. Settle that thing within yourself. Settle that thing within yourself so you can move on to what's next in your life. Settle it. Settle it. I'm not taking it with me no more. I'm not taking that with me no more. You know, I was thinking about this the other day because it was so many people. And every time I come on Thursday, I'm always talking about how so many people are hurting and so many people are going through, and there's so much. The spirit of depression is rampant. Is rampant. So if you're feeling some kind of way, own that thing. Don't sit there and lie and hurt within you. It's somebody to reach out to somebody, and somebody, all of you girls and well, young ladies and everyone who watch me, check on your people. Check on your people. Make sure everybody's doing okay. And I'm so lately with this love thing, I want us to be so that love is something you can count on, knowing that I got somebody in my corner. Don't hurt in silence. Don't go through in silence. Don't do it, because that's what we're supposed to be, helpers to one another. So don't go through in silence. Reach out to somebody. Love on your people. Make sure everybody is okay. You know what I'm saying, y'all? I really mean that. I mean that, because we have to be helpers to one another. And I love that saying, to say, I am my sister's keeper. I'm my sister's keeper. That means everyone that responds to me or watches me, I am your keeper. And if you ever just need to talk, you call me, send me a message, because we need to be there for one another, love on one another. You really don't know what people's going through. People smile, but they're hurting on the inside. We don't know what one another's struggles are like that. So please, if you're hurting, reach out to somebody. Don't go through alone. I don't care what it is, because depression is real. Mental health is real. It is real. And things can make you feel like you just don't have a way out, but there's always a way out. There is always a way out. God is always there. He's always listening. All you got to do is reach out. That's all you got to do is reach out. Yes, he is, baby. God is always there. He is always there. But I want you to remember that, to settle it. I want you to live your best life. And if you're connected to the giver of life, you automatically have the opportunity to live your best life. So in order to live your best life, you got to own some things. You got to settle some things. You got to know who you are and whose you are, because we serve a great God and he can do anything but fail. All you got to do is reach out to him and acknowledge him, and he'll be right there. So settle it. Settle it within yourself. to know that. And then it's okay. It is okay not to be okay. But don't stay there. Don't stay down. Don't give up. Don't quit. And don't turn your back on God, because he would never turn his back on you. So you settle whatever your it is, whatever has kept you bound in 22. You decide today that I'm not going to allow it to keep me bound anymore. I'm going to settle this thing. I'm going to get myself together. I'm going to get up and I'm going to walk with Christ. And me and Big God going to walk this thing out. So whatever that held you down in 22, I'm not taking it with me in 23. I made up my mind that I'm going to own it, and I'm going to be true to myself. I'm going to be real with myself, as they say. Self, girl, you know. Now you need to settle that. You know you need to close that chapter. You know you need to close that door and stop looking back. What's back there ain't bringing you nothing. So you need to keep your eyes ahead and stay focused and pay attention. So settle it, and walk into 23 knowing that this is going to be the best year of your life, because God got you. God got you. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. And I'll see you next Thursday.